Hey you guys, I wanted to take a minute or two and thank everyone for the wonderful comments you left me on my control freaking out video. I appreciate every word, every minute that you spent composing those comments. You guys came up with some great advice, some things I hadn't even thought of. It's helping me to put all this stuff into perspective, so thank you so much. I love you guys. I also wanted to make a comment about a video that JudeDirect did yesterday. And what was so interesting is she'd done a 3-card oracle reading, and it spoke to me and my life right now so strongly, and I wanted to share that with you. It was from her video yesterday. I'm not sure what the date was. The 20th, maybe? July 20th? Anyhow, figure out what day this video is. Go to her channel and look at yesterday's video. It was simply entitled Vlog, I think. Anyhow, the reading was basically this. The first card talked about having the ability, the tools to make changes in your life, and that you possess them already, that they're already in your hands. I think the gist of the card was to stop looking outside yourself for ways to change things, and rather be introspective, look inside, think about your own talents and the tools that you already have, and you can make these changes. I also think that it might have been speaking a little bit to how looking outside, in other words, like thinking that you have to buy a bunch of stuff or follow some path that someone's written down somewhere, in some ways it's sort of a diversionary tactic against actually making changes in your life. I kind of think that was part of the card, but I'm not certain. Jude can correct me if I'm wrong on that. It just seems that so much of the time I'll think, well, you know, if I only had a new wheelbarrow, if I only had a bunch of guys to help me, if I only had, I don't know, some junk food from the dollar store, then I could really get going. I could really make some changes. And I don't need the wheelbarrow or the guys to help me or the junk from dollar store. I just need to sit and think and make my list and get up off my butt and start putting one foot in front of the other and just do it. The next card talked about boundaries. And I don't know why I'm holding this up so high. Habit, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to put this down low. Let's see. I gotta lean my arm on the table. Okay, so the next card talked about boundaries, like I said, and with the fall approaching and the scrim between this world and the next getting thinner and thinner, we need to make sure we have good boundaries. And those boundaries aren't just about, you know, this world and the next. I mean, they're about us dealing with our world and with other people and with the responsibilities that we have. And all of that stuff can be so overwhelming if you don't have some pretty clear lines drawn around what do you need to do, and what does the next guy need to do, and you know, how far do we each have to go into, you know, the overlaps, because there are overlaps. So boundaries aren't, for me, boundary lines aren't real dark, and they move, but you can't let them move too far. You have to know where your stopping point is. So that's another thing I'm thinking a lot about. And I think by knowing that, by knowing where your responsibility starts and stops, that can help you frame the rest of your world so much more efficiently. So, and that's, you know, nothing new. Everybody knows that, but sometimes it's so easy to lose track of that truth. So anyway, then the third card had to do with, oh shoot, what was the third one? Okay, I went back and looked. I don't know how I could have forgotten this one, because in some ways it's the most important. And it has to do with sweeping away, cleaning the negativity out of your life, out of your mind, and presumably cleaning your physical space as well, tidying things up. It's so much easier to respond out of a tidy and organized space, out of a tidy and organized mind. And of course, you know, tidying things up it's not a one-time deal. It's something you have to work at all the time. It has to be part of your life on a daily basis. And for me, and I think for a lot of creative people, that can be hard, because the very act of creativity for me involves strewing things hither and yon, throwing stuff together on the floor to see how the colors work. It's a very messy experience, and I'm creative all the time, not necessarily effectively creative, but I'm in that mode a lot. So so it requires, I think, a special dedication to the idea of tidying and sweeping away and keeping things neat, because you get too far to the other side of that, and it hampers your creativity, because you can't find anything to start throwing around in the first place. So that was her reading, and it was just oh, Jude, I know you're going to be watching this. So I'm going to speak directly to you. I can't tell you how much I needed to hear that yesterday. So underscored what I had been thinking and what so many of my friends had said in comments about my video. So I'm going to put all of that to rest now, and I'm going to, you know, strike out and fix my problems, or at least try to. And so I'm going to do it with probably a happier heart than I would have if it weren't for all of you guys. So thank you so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.